Friday, 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 Friday night, the sun goes down. Friday, 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 Friday night, the sun goes down. Such a wonderful Shabbat sound with the singing going round and round. Friday, Friday, Friday night, the sun goes down. Light the candles, we're gonna light the candles, we're gonna light, Friday! Friday, 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 Friday night when the sun goes down. Friday, 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 Friday night when the sun goes down. Such a wonderful Shabbat sound with the singing going round and round. Friday, Friday night when the sun goes down. Pour the wine. We're gonna pour the wine. We're gonna pour the wine. We're gonna pour the wine. For some Shabbat. Friday, 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 Friday night when the sun goes down. Friday, 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 Friday night when the sun goes down. Such a wonderful Shabbat sound, singing going round and round. Friday, Friday night when the sun goes down. We're brave the challah, we're gonna brave the challah, we're gonna brave the challah. It's Shabbat, bat. Woo! Friday, 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 Friday night when the sun goes down. Friday, 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 Friday night when the sun goes down. Such a wonderful Shabbat sound with the singing going round and round. Friday, Friday night when the sun goes down. Bless the children, we're gonna bless the children. We're gonna bless the children with the Shabbat, bat. Friday, 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 Friday night when the sun goes down. Friday, 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 Friday night when the sun goes down. Such a wonderful Shabbat sound with the singing going round and round. Friday, Friday night when the sun goes down. Friday, 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 Friday night when the sun goes down. Friday, 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 Friday night when the sun goes down. Such a wonderful Shabbat sound with the singing going round and round. On the Friday, Friday night when the sun goes down. It's Friday night, and the sun is going down, or it's gone down. That's why it's so cold. As we are here together on this Friday, as Shabbat, this day of rest and reflection and renewal is upon us, we take just a moment to let the 6 days of this week, its ups and its downs, its moments of joy and its moments of challenge, I give you just a moment to let those 6 days come to an end, to settle into your seat, to take that deep breath, to look around and see all of our community together as we prepare to enjoy this day of Shabbat. Please take a moment to finish your week so we can enter Shabbat together. Shabbat, As she is honoring the memory of very dear friends, I welcome Leah Slavinsky to light our Shabbat candles.
Let us find these lights and see the way to you, and let us say Amen. Let us light these lights and see the way to you, and let us say
And as Leah reminds me, it's also honoring, it's Yorarte for her mom. And then she said, kids, come on up.
Our ancestors hallowed the Sabbath day. In dark times, it was a refuge for them, and in times of prosperity, it gave them rest and joy. Steadfast in their faith, they bequeathed it to us. We give thanks, therefore, for our home, where we can find rest from the day's work and refuge for cares. May it be warm with love and companionship. May our joys be heightened and our sorrows softened by the love we give and receive. O God, you are the light by which we see the ones we love. As we kindle these lights, we begin a holy time. May we and all Israel find in it refreshment for the body and spirit, and the sense that you are near to us at all times. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kishanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu b'halifnei shel Shabbat.
And as our candles are kindled on this Shabbat, as we welcome David and Melissa as they are standing with their mom, they have this opportunity to offer these words as we prepare for Kiddush.
There was evening and there was morning the sixth day. The heaven and earth were completed with all their hosts. Let us bless the source of life that ripens on the vine as we hallow the seventh day, the Sabbath day, in remembrance of creation, for Shabbat is the first among our holy days, recalling the sparks of holiness of creation, and then our exodus from Egypt that stuck in narrow place into the fullness of life, a world of shalom.
No, but we will start.
We're all going to sing it together. You're going to hold this, and then if you look right back over your left shoulder, that's Enter Journey. And he's going to sing, and we just have to join in.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hakafen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kadusho, v'ava uvratzon, hinchilanu, zikaro b'maseh b'reishit, ki hu yom techilah, v'mikra'e kodesh, zeter letzion, Mitzrayim, Kivanu v'chol
share with each of you a pomegranate pucker to remember the sweetness of this opportunity to offer blessings together. And as our community is here, as we said, after we light the candles and you braid the challah and you pour the wine, then you bless the children. And so as you have a chance to give a hug and kiss your kids who are with you on this Shabbat, we take a moment for our Shabbat hug to give a hug and kiss to our loved ones who are with us, and a greeting to all of those around us. When you hear the music, return to your seats.
There you go.
So it is important to remember that there are going to be moments of ningunim, of these songs without words that we are going to sing in the service. So if you start hearing la 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 la, do you know what the words are? If you hear yai da 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 da, it is a really powerful spiritual practice in Jewish life that if you don't know the words, you don't have to know the words, that you can lie, nai, yai, da, 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 da. Bring your ruach and your koach, because it's all of our voices coming together that reach the divine and help us connect with the divine. And so please clap, sing, join us, and bring your energy into this place. I do invite you to rise. We're either, if you're in the smaller books, we're on page 26, in the larger books on 144. And I do invite you to please rise as we begin our formal worship with these words of Reader's Kaddish.
Yitkadal v'yikadash Shamei Rabba.
Amen.
V'alma divra chirutei v'yamliv malchutei
B'chai
echod u'yomechod u'chayei dekol Beit Yisrael ba'agava u'vizman hariv Dimru.
Amen.
Yehi Shmei Rabban Mevorach Le'olam U'olam Le'olam
Yitbarach.
Yitbarach V'yishkabach V'yipra'ar V'yitroman V'yitnaseh V'et hadar, v'et halev, v'et halal, shemei kodesh
Rechu.
Ve'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiram bi'alma v'imru Amen. Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared? Baruchu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai
Praise Adonai, to whom our praise is due.
Praise Adonai, to whom our praise is due, now and forever.
Praise be Adonai, to whom our praise is due now and forever. As we are seated, and with music and words, we acknowledge this evening as the sun has set. Imagine a sunset and sunrise, the sun making the whole sky ripple with beautiful colors. As the day comes to an end, we thank God for the power of light and the ability to see the beauty and wonder of creation. Roll into dark, roll into night, night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, oh, roll into night, night becomes day, day turns to night. Baruch atah Adonai hama'ariv aravim. And from the bottom of 33, wisdom and wonder, passion and instruction, story and symbol. All these things your Torah gives to us. And the more we devote ourselves to it, the more it grows and gives. What could be truer token of your abiding love than this holiest of your works and the living language that gives it form? Baruch atah Adonai ohev amo Yisrael. And from 34, 152.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Hear, O Israel, Adonai is our God, Adonai is one. Blessed is God's glorious majesty forever and ever. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha uv'chol nafshecha uv'chol mehudecha v'hayu ha'devarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom alevavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam b'shivtecha b'veitecha uv'mektecha v'derech u'shokbecha uv'kumecha ug'shartam liot al yadecha v'hayu l'totafot b'neinecha ug'tavtam al mezuzot beitecha uv'isharecha leman tizkeru v'asitem ekol mitzvotai v'yitem kedoshim l'Elohechem. Ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim li'ot lachem Elohim. Ani Adonai Elohechem. From page 37, 155, we read together. Love your God with every heartbeat, with every breath, with every conscious act. Keep in mind the words I command you today. Teach them to your children. Talk about them at work, whether you are tired or you are rested. Let them guide the work of your hands. Keep them in the forefront of your vision. Do not leave them at the doorway of your house or outside your gate. They are reminders to do all of my mitzvot so that you can be holy for God. I am Adonai, your God. I led you out of Egypt to become your God. I am Adonai, your God.
Adonai Elohechem Emet.
And from our projection, we join together with Cantor Jeremy, with our choir, as we dance with Miriam at the shores of the sea.
And the women dancing with their timbrels follow Miriam as she sings a song. Sing a song to the one who is exalted. Miriam and the women dance all night long. And Miriam was a weaver of unique variety. The tapestry she wove was when we sang our history. With every strand and every thread she crafted her delight. A woman touched with spirit, she dances towards the light. And the women dancing with their timbrels follow Miriam as she sang her song. Sing a song to the one who we exalted. Miriam and the women dance all night long. Miriam stood upon the shore and gazed across the sea. The wonders of this miracle she soon came to believe. Whoever thought the sea would part with an outstretched hand, and we would pass to freedom and march to the promised land. And the women dancing with their timbrels followed Miriam as she sang her song. Sing a song to the one who be exalted. Miriam and the women danced and danced the whole night long. And Miriam the prophet took her timbrel in her hand, and all the women followed her just as she had planned. And Miriam raised her voice with song, she sang with praise in mind. We've just lived through a miracle, we're gonna dance tonight. Oh, and the women dancing with their timbrels followed Miriam as she sang her song. Sing a song to the one who be exalted. Miriam and the women danced and danced all night long. We'll sing that again with Micha Mocha. Micha Mocha, and Oba Kodesh. Micha Mocha, and Oba Kodesh. Ora Tehillah, O Sefer. Ora Tehillah, O Sefer. Malchut Chara Anu Banecha. Okei Ayam Mifnei Shehu Miriam. Se'eli, Se'eli, Anu V'yamru, Adonai Eloh Le'olam Va'ed. And the women dancing with their timbrels followed Miriam as she sang her song. Sing a song to the one who is exalted. Miriam and the women danced and danced all night long. Miriam and the women danced. Miriam and the woman danced and danced all night long. Then Ne'emar, Kifada Adonai et Yaakov, Ugalo Yemiam Hazak Mimenu, Baruch Atah Adonai, Gal Yisrael. And together from the top of 43, let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Adonai, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, that we might lie down in peace and rise up waiting to do your will. Baruch atah Adonai, hapares sukat shalom aleinu, v'al kol amo Yisrael, va'al Yerushalayim. And on 44, we offer these words of Exodus. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, asot et ha-Shabbat, v'dorotam berit olam. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, asot et ha-Shabbat, v'dorotam berit olam. Shabbat, vayinfash, Shabbat vayinfash. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat, Asod et HaShabbat, B'dorot HaMerit Olam. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat, Shabbat, B'dorot HaMerit Olam, B'dorot HaMerit Olam, B'dorot HaMerit Olam.
And if you look at that last word of that text, vayinafash, does anyone recognize the root of that? It's nefesh, soul. How do you turn nefesh into a verb? How do you make soul into a verb? It's a really incredible thought. It's a really incredible moment that we bring our soul, our active soul, to this space as we rise on page 46 on 164 for the tefillah, the central prayers of our service.
Adonai sifetai tiftach ufia kita hilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el HaGadol, HaGibor v'Hanorah, El Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim, V'konei hakol, V'zocher chasdei avot v'imahot, U'mevii geula livnei bneihem, L'man shemo Yahweh. Melech ozer u'moshiach u'magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, Be'ezrat Sarah. Atah gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechayeh hakol atah Rav le'Hoshia, Mashiv haruach u'morid ha'gashem, Mechalkel chayim b'chesed, Mechayeh hakol berachamim rabim, Somech noflim v'rofech holim, U'matir asurim, U'makayem emunato l'shenei avad, Michal mocha ba'al gevurot, U'mito melach, Melech memit u'mechayeh, U'matzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman atah l'hachayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayeh hakol. Atah kadosh u'shimcha kadosh, U'kdoshim b'chol yom yahallelu chasecha, Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh.
And from our projection, we welcome all who come to share our celebration of the Shabbat, to share in the light and of the candles and the songs and dances of rejoicing, to pray for peace and create harmony in our homes, to rest and renew ourselves for the important work to come. Together, to give thanks for health and freedom, to seek faith and courage,
To remember always our heritage, let us all bask in the Sabbath's rays of comfort as we join with family and friends in this celebration. Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat. From the bottom of 57 responsively, you are with us in our prayer, our love, and our doubt. In our longing to feel your presence and do your will, you are the still, clear voice within us. Therefore, O God, when doubt troubles us, when anxiety makes us tremble, when pain clouds the mind, we look inward for the answer to our prayers. There may we find you, and there find courage, insight, and endurance. And let our worship bring us closer to one another, that all Israel and all who seek you may find new strength for your service. Baruch atah Adonai, shotcha levadcha bir'ah na'avod. Responsively from 59, 177, God of goodness, we give thanks
For the gift of life, wonder beyond words.
for the awareness of the soul, our light within,
For the world around us so filled with beauty.
for the richness of the earth, which day by day sustains us.
For all these and more we offer thanks.
Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha ulcha na'eh lehodot. Lo yisagoi el goi cherev, lo yumedu od milchama. They shall beat their swords into plowshares, their spears into pruning hooks. Let nation not lift up sword against nation, nor shall they experience war anymore. But don't stop. After beating the swords into plowshares, don't stop. Go on beating and making musical instruments out of them, so that whoever wants to make war again will have to turn them into plowshares first. Baruch atah Adonai, hamvarech et amo Yisrael, ba'shalom. As we are seated on this Shabbat, either on page 180 of your book, or simply using these words that are projected for you, or the words of your heart, I invite you to take a moment of silence.
You know this version. We don't have the screens for this one. So just look inward. You remember this, a classic. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. 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 Ki atah hu melech. Ki atah hu melech Adon, lechol basharon. Ki atah hu melech Adon, lechol hashalom.
If only I was giving a sermon on Man tracht und God lacht, on humans plan and God laughs. But clearly, our community is familiar with those words of Shalom Rav, just a beautiful, incredible text about how we bring peace and feel the sense of God's presence around us. Our Torah portion on this Shabbat is Va'era, and it is the second portion of the book of Exodus. And we find ourselves on this Shabbat in that moment as Moses is at the burning bush. And there he is having this conversation with God. He's gone back and forth with God. He's given instructions to Aaron. He's trying to get his last instructions before he goes to Pharaoh. And God is saying to Moses, hey, this is how I appeared, Va'era, to Abraham and Isaac and to Jacob, and you're going to be able to communicate that to the people of Israel. The burning bush is truly one of those incredible moments, illustrations in our Hebrew Bible. In all of Torah, one of those moments that how many of us can relate to of wanting to be able to see something or sense something that catches our attention in such a profound way and helps us feel connected to something greater than ourselves. I have to wonder how many of us have had a burning bush moment where you've been going about the course of your day and something happens that catches your attention. We were actually talking about it in Torah service when we had our Torah study last month, and I believe somebody brought up a God wink. Yes, I don't remember who exactly brought it up, but somebody called it a God wink. Isn't that an awesome name for that moment? When you have that, a God wink, like God when God winks at you, right? We have this light up here that likes to flash on and off, and I always wonder who is that winking at us. In fact, right now it's off, and at some point you will look up there and it will be flashing, and you have to wonder who exactly is in control of the lights in this place. Just so you know how incredible this moment of the burning bush, if you look behind me, you're going to see our ark, where our Torahs are. And the first layer of the ark is the stairway to heaven, that moment when Jacob is having the dream of the stairway going to heaven with angels up and down. But if you look behind it, you will notice some flame-like pieces, which I am told was also because they wanted to invoke in that moment that sense of Moses standing at the burning bush and having that moment of connection. And you have to realize we're talking about moments of spirituality and moments of gardening, right? It's what is burning. It's a bush. Have you ever wondered what bush it was? No? I mean, it could have been a maple. What color did the leaves turn? Could have been a fire bush. If you know, there's a lot of fire bush around. No one's ever wondered what bush it was? Okay, Adrian has. Thank you, Adrian. Somebody's got to bail me out in that moment. I know there are other people in the congregation fascinated with plants like I am. And I mean, it's always you wonder, was it that it was like, because we know, what do we know about the burning bush? It was a bush that was burning but not consumed. So you have to wonder, was it like a red bush with like berries or leaves or something that Moses saw? Because where was he wandering? He wasn't in the rainforest. He was in the middle of the desert. This bush catches his attention. So you have to wonder, is it something about the bush? Was it the appearance of the air in the day? Was it just God's flaming presence? All of these different questions. So it's a plant, and B, it's spirituality. And so what did I want to do? I was in charge of some of the garden lessons at Camp Coleman. And where do we experience spirituality? At Camp Coleman. And I was in charge of the garden. So what did I want to put in the camp garden? A burning bush. So I was on a quest. So I wrote a whole program for it. Now, I'll get a little bit more to this burning bush moment in a second because, in fact, last summer I had my chance. I was teaching, not last summer, the summer before last, had my chance. I was doing a program with some of the older campers, and we came up with an idea that we were going to place prompts around the camp, kind of like a burning bush. We wanted to see if somebody was going to see this note that said, do you stop here And what is there something special that's happened to you today? Write your answer. And so we did a few of these different prompts. Did you have something special today? Make sure, is there a smile at a friend? We put some of these prompts around camp and gave people a chance to do their responses and had Ziploc bags right by each of the prompts. And it was really incredible as we had put these out during the day to see that people actually stopped and filled them out, and we could see the Ziploc bag that was with each of the prompts filling up. People were stopping in this moment, this experience of the burning bush. Now here's the challenging part that goes with that, because guess what happened that afternoon? It rained. And so what happened? All of the stuff returned to God. It all kind of washed out. But it was that incredible moment of connection, of offering that burning bush moment to the campers at Camp Coleman and seeing them stop and engage it. The burning bush is this incredible, incredible experience that we see with Moses that is always calling to us, because think about what it is. As you ask that question of who sees it, right? One of the midrashim is, why does Moses see the bush? Because he had actually stopped. He had slowed down to take care of one of the sheep that he was shepherding, that it was the youngest and the most vulnerable of his sheep that had dragged behind. He went, he found it, and was bringing it back to the flock. And God said, there, that's the one that I want to take care of the people of Israel. So you have that question of who sees it. When do you see that? When do you have that moment of connection, that God wink that catches your attention and says, wait, there is something powerful going on? And the last piece with this burning bush is that incredible question of when you see the bush and God calls out to you from the bush. And when I say bush, it could be all kinds of different things. It could be a smell. It could be the lighting of the Shabbat candles. It could be while you are making challah, that you're making a recipe from someone that is dear to you. But in that moment of connection, it's not just the connection, because what happens to Moses standing at the burning bush? He is inspired. He is empowered. He is challenged by God to go to Egypt and fight for the people of Israel. So it's this incredible challenge, this test, this moment of how are we, what do we sing in the service? Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayer? We have all of these moments. And so tonight I want you to really start thinking about that moment of the burning bush, because it's that moment of connection that propels Moses to go, and the people of Israel are in Egypt. They are in Mitzrayim. And how many of you know the Yiddish word tsuris? How many of you have had to deal with tsuris? The Hebrew word Mitzrayim, Egypt, has the same root as tsuris. Mitzrayim, Egypt, means a stuck and narrow place. And when Moses sees the burning bush, when he has that moment of connection through his senses to a being that is more than the sum of our parts, that connection with the divine, he is inspired and he is empowered to go and lead his people out of that stuck and narrow place. So I share that with you because tonight I want to acknowledge that I'm kind of having one of those moments where I'm going to be the burning bush. I say kind of like that, I've got to remember, I am not starting a fire on the bima again. But I want to offer something like God at the burning bush, and I'm hoping that one of you or two of you, or maybe all of you, will be inspired to say, you know what, that's me, I'm going to lead that effort. On February 2nd, the United for Faith group here in our county is doing a walk for peace. They are gathering in a park in the Dunedin area. They're walking about 1.5 miles. It goes through a mosque, it goes through parks, it goes through neighborhoods. It's people of all colors, shapes, sizes, faiths, everybody walking together, greeting each other, talking about what it means to bring peace to our world. It is an incredible moment,
And we know that the more people that are there, the more shalom, wholeness, and harmony and peace that we can create. And so as an act of a burning bush without fire, I'm hoping that if I say, is there someone here that would lead our effort to connect with this walk for peace? Come find me after the service and say, yes, I'll go and I will help our congregation lead us in this moment where so many of us feel stuck and in a narrow place, and lead us on this walk that might lead us to a little bit more shalom. So that's the first. I'm hoping that somebody will hear this call to see this fame, to see this opportunity, and step forward to help lead us on that journey. And the second is that I'm hoping that a lot of you, when you hear the information about this Walk for Peace on February 2nd, will join us. Why? Because on that path, on that walk, there are lots of opportunities to see a burning bush. To have those moments of a God wink. People of all different shapes and sizes and genders and colors and religions, and you name it. Moments of conversation. You'll be walking through parts of town that you might not have seen before. You will have those moments to have that connection of your senses, of your spirit, to sense something greater than yourselves in these days where there are so many challenges around us. Some of them challenges of nature and some of them challenges of human being. I invite you to come on that walk, to open up your eyes, to open up your senses. May each of us, like Moses in that place, feel that connection and be inspired, be empowered, be challenged to find a way to help ourselves and each other move forward from our stuck and narrow places, to make those moments of connection at Mount Sinai, and eventually lead to a promised land, to a place and a time, a community that is high and holy. Amen. Shabbat Shalom. As I make that request, I also acknowledge there are members of our congregation and community that are sick and in need of God's healing and comfort. Before we offer this prayer, I do want to remind you that there are bags of sunshine. This is a project from our caring community group. There are bags of sunshine in the lobby. They're little gold bags that are over where the name tags are, and they have a honey spoon, they have pomegranate puckers, they have a prayer for healing, they have a tea bag for your nerves. They have all kinds of incredible stuff that you can take if you have someone that just needs a little bit of a smile, that needs a visit of care. Please feel free to take one of those bags and make that visit and lift somebody's spirits. And so we begin to offer these words of healing. So on this Shabbat, we acknowledge Connor Adler, Barbara Breslow, Lillian Cutler, Mickey Edelstein, Mark Edelstein, Benjamin Edelstein, and Brian Edelstein, Eric Fisk, Gideon Jacob Fisher, Thomas Fuchs, Harriet Kaplan, Wendy Sugarman Krosnoff, Alan Kubani, Elena LaCampote, Tony Rindy, Mira Sand, Steve Schatz, Sally Siegel, Stuart Solomon, Cindy Steinman, Lee Siegel, Stacy Siegel, Leah Slavinsky, Pete Tanner, and Fred Truax. Are there others you would acknowledge for a prayer for healing and comfort? And I'll go from the front to the back and from my left to the right. Marcy? We think of them and all of those who are in need of healing and comfort as we offer these words of prayer.
Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, renewal of spirit, and let us
We begin the conclusion of our service on 282 as I am joined by Barbara Gowalski and Alyssa Bender, and I ask the congregation to please rise.
Aleinu l'shaper ha'tov ha'kol, laten gedula liotzer bereshit, shelo asanu kigoye haratzot, velo samanu kemishpachot hadama, shelo sam kalchenu kahem, vegor aleinu ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
We must pause to honor and remember. From wildfires to floods, wars to pandemics, there are many who have died, leaving families and communities broken. We pause to offer silence as an act of presence in the face of these unexpected traumas in our lives. And on this Shabbat, we acknowledge these members of our congregation and community who have died in this season in years past: Fred Abrams, Sandra Applefield, Joseph Baseman, Henry Bill Lewis Bloom, Iris Bush, Ann R. Corwin, Solomon L. Dinner, Maria Edmonds, Martin E. Farber, Hyman Finkelstone, Leonard Fisher, Bessie Ernack, Peter Gart, Martin J. Ginsburg, Renee Goldman, Vita J. Grazi, Adele Feynman Green, Lillian Greenberg, Simon Haskell, Marilyn Adler James, Pearl Kaplan, Renee Kreutzer Kasner, Michael Joseph Castell, Nathaniel David Coronas, Milton Lakowitz, Nathan Levine, Sonia Linke, Gabriel Massaro, Toby Naster, Jake M. Poller, Robert Post, Molly Potiker, Stephen Lewis Premack, Molly Pusick, Sheldon Ramanek, Maurice Rindy, Edward Roggenson, Martin K. Rosenfeld, Serene Ross, Jan W. Ross, Tevis Ross, Estelle S. Rothstein, Anna Rubin, Milton B. Schaefer, Pearl Shifter, William Schiller, Abraham Schwartz, Michael Shepak, Benjamin Silver, Joseph Stegg, and Alvin Weiss. Are there any other yard sites to be observed on this Shabbat? We think of them and also those who have died in this season, in this past year. Pardon me. We also acknowledge those who have died in this past year. Carol Pick, Myrna Katz, Diane Walensky, Marcia Dewar, Hank Corin, Mark Graber, Jeffrey Petracco, Barbara Enfinger, Robert Gold, Jerry Minko, Karen Treiser, Karen Roth, Fran Kantrowitz, Michael Moses, Buddy Cohen, Fran Kipling, Leah Conway, Marcia Lesser, Geraldine Mockenstrom, Larry Kessler, and we acknowledge the passing this week of Marvin Hollander and David Rautenberg, as our hearts go out to the Hollander family and also to Ruth Dobkin as she is saying goodbye to her brother. As we are here together on this Shabbat, we use these words of Kaddish on page 294 to praise God in their memory. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah, B'alman divrach hirutev yamlech malchuteh, B'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chayed echol Beit Yisrael, B'agava v'zman kariv v'yemru, Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam u'olmei olmaya, Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yipa'ar v'yitraman v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei dekudesha b'rechu, Le'elam in kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran ba'alma v'yimru, Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru, amen. Osei shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru, amen. May the one who brings peace on high bring peace to us, as we say together, amen. As we are seated, and so here on this Shabbat, as you look to these words, the Oseh Shalom, incredible and powerful words. Last Friday night, we were still waiting to hear if the ceasefire in Gaza would begin and hostages would finally start to come home. And we've now seen that ceasefire has come to fruition and hostages are starting to come home. The Palestinians from Gaza are starting to be released, and maybe there will be peace in our world. And so we sing these words of Oseh Shalom, both to ask for peace in the land of Israel and peace for the people of Israel, but to remind ourselves that it is up to us to find ways to bring peace to those around us and to our world.
Hu yaseh
May the one who brings peace down, bring peace down. May the one who brings peace, bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who brings peace, bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who brings peace, bring peace down, bring peace down. Oh, say shalom.
I call forward Sandy Sunter, our office administrator, past board member, past president, mother of Jeremy, to share some announcements with us.
I'll give you 3 guesses which is the hardest one of those 3.
It's dealing with me, Jeremy, don't worry.
Oh, I wasn't. I knew it was you.
Oh, Shabbat Shalom, everybody. What a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful evening. Thank you so much, Rabbi, for leading us in this beautiful, beautiful service tonight. And thank you, Jeremy, for your wonderful music. I just again wish that you could sing just a little louder so that we could all hear you. So maybe when we give your lessons, they'll teach you. But thank you, everyone, for being here. First of all, I want to thank tonight Leah Slavinsky, and Barbara Glowowski, who have brought us a wonderful oneg tonight in memory of dear mother Sonia Linke and another dear friend, Maria Edmonds. So please come to our oneg tonight, because it is a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful oneg in memory of some wonderful human beings. And thank you tonight, Rabbi. I think the challah is from Rabbi tonight. First of all, I think Jeremy might have a pitch to talk a little bit about the Purim spiel.
Yeah, first of all, I saw a burning bush tonight, and it was Rabbi dancing. There you go. Okay, it was cutting some rug, it was burning up here. So I'm very excited to announce that we're back with our Purim spiel this year. So I'm really excited about bringing it back, bringing some life into that, because it's a great moment for us all to come together and kind of just enjoy a festive evening, but also have some fun, do a parody or two, that type of fun thing. You will want to look out for that information as an audience member in the coming weeks. I'm sure there'll be plenty of information on Purim. It's also a great opportunity to invite those who have maybe kind of gone away a little bit to come back and enjoy the evening. It's going to be fun-filled, an evening similar to the gala, but there'll be lots more information on that. My pitch, however, is we've got a show. We've got an amazing show put together for this year. I kind of like keeping it a little bit topical and kind of what's up in front with pop culture and stuff like that. So our young member, Sam Kantrowitz, the son of Joe, who you know plays guitar here, he's an unbelievably talented young man, as both a singer, an instrumentalist, and a playwright. He and I have been collaborating on this, and he's written an incredible, powerful production based on Wicked. So you will not want to miss it. We've got all the big tunes that will be highlighted. All the characters become Haman. Instead of munchkins, we have Shushankins. It's got a lot of funny moments, but some heart as well. My pitch is for those who wish to be involved in the production. It'll be under my direction, my tutelage, and I would like to invite anyone in our congregation, and that's on our stream as well, who want to come in live and participate. An intro meeting will happen next Friday evening at 6:30. 6:30 here, next intro meeting. A week from today, 6:30 p.m. for you morning people. 6:30 p.m. here in the sanctuary. We'll have a little intro meeting. All ages are welcome. Okay, I'm opening this up to everybody because we want to have a variety of ensemble. There are speaking roles, there are singing roles, and there's ensemble. There's plenty to do. Come one if you're interested in performing that evening, and the performance will be a Saturday, the middle Saturday of March, which of course is escaping right now, but you all have phones, you can look it up really quick in iCal. So we will have that performance that one day, but if you are interested in being in the production, please come see me next Friday here in the sanctuary, 6:30 p.m. More information will also be sent out on an email blast. So keep your ears and eyes open for a lot more information with that. I'm super excited. It's going to be a fun production this year.
I'm really looking forward to it. Well, and I just need to add one thing. You know, that wonderful young man, Sam Kantowitz, I believe he has his mom sitting right over there. Hey, that's Tammy. Okay, we'll go on. So we talked last week about a possible trip to Atlanta to see the musical parade, and the original plans that we had made and hoped for didn't go through. However, if any of you are still interested in going to Atlanta, please talk to Rabbi about some other options that we might have available for those of us who may want to go to Atlanta to see the show parade. And our cantorial soloist that was with us during the high holidays, I'm blocking on her name. Jenny, thank you. Jenny Hickman is in it, and it might be a real adventure. I'm kind of hoping we do have an adventure. So tomorrow morning, we're going to have Shabbat services with Torah study. We'll start gathering Shabbat morning at 10 a.m. This offers any additional appreciation of our prayer and our community. And afterwards, we do have a potluck kiddush. Everybody who's coming brings something, and we just have like the best time just sitting and talking and getting to know one another. So please think about coming. On January the 26th, TBI is hosting an Israel Bonds and Hadassah double mitzvah with Dr. Leslie Weiss, and they're holding it here. So we're opening our building to host many people, and if you're interested, there's an RSVP on our e-blast. Very important, security training sessions on January the 28th. They will be held twice in one day, one at 11 a.m. and one at 6 p.m. We would like to invite all Temple B'nai Israel volunteers to attend, and also anybody who else is interested, please, to come to a security training session on Tuesday the 28th, again at either 11 a.m. or 6 p.m. Purpose of the meeting is for volunteers to recognize potential danger, de-escalation of situations, as well as situational awareness. You can go online and go ahead and RSVP for that. There's going to be Brothers of the Hood. Their next event, Beer and Bible Part 2, is taking place on Tuesday, February the 4th at 6 p.m. This time, they're going to be meeting at Johnny's Italian Restaurant in Clearwater. The event will be paid for by the Brotherhood members and $15 for non-members. So please, again, RSVP to Matt Sperber if you are interested. Also, February the 7th, there is going to be a Friendsgiving Shabbat dinner. Help us to celebrate a new holiday that we're calling Friendsgiving. This year, we would like to celebrate friends in our community, to celebrate love and kindness, It's definitely worth giving this new holiday a chance. Friendship community can change all of our lives forever. Cost is only $18 for adults, $9 for children under 13. RSVP, please, through our temple office or through the website, which is helpful. You'll read more information about it on our e-blast. And last but not least, we still need volunteers for our food fest. Bakers, big-time meat slicers, matzo ball rollers, and the list just goes on. There are many, many opportunities. You can pre-order some meals, t-shirts, and we do need to make this a full congregation and community event, and we need everybody's involvement. So please, you can let the Polly Cows, gee, I'm having a little senior moment, sorry. Who's doing volunteers, but if you also want to tell us in the office, please let us know. We are looking forward to having everybody volunteer. It's going to be an amazing event with vendors and music and all of that. Did I miss anything else that you'd like, Barbara? Oh, that's my last note that I forgot. We are asking, our washing machine is needing help. So we are really asking for donations, and what we would really, really like to do is to buy a commercial size washing machine. So if anybody has one, knows of somebody who has one, or if you'd like to donate monies towards us buying a new one, please, please, please let us know. Let Barbara in the office know, or any of us in the office know. Did we get it all? Anybody else? All right, thank you all, and Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
And so I welcome Marcy Daniels with a big huzzah to her crew that's back there. Marcy, are you bringing anyone else up with you? And so in honor of her birthday, she comes forward to help us with offering with hamotzi. It's a cinnamon and sugar challah. And so, if you'll choose A, B, or C.
Challah. Challah is braided to remind us of the beauty of the Sabbath braid and that we are all interconnected. As we hold this challah aloft, we look around the room, honoring the connections that sustain us.
And so in honor of Marcy's birthday, we offer these words and remember that it is moments of eating together, but also moments of celebrating sweet birthdays together that help sustain us as we move through this world. Hamotzi lechem min haaretz. We give thanks to God for bread. Thank you, God. Our voices rise in song together as our joyful prayer is sung. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam. Hamotzi lechem min haaretz. The first bite of challah, I offer you a pomegranate pucker that you might have a very sweet and wonderful celebration of your birthday. And I look over to Cantor Jeremy